What's going on? What's going on? What's up, Ken?
Hey, happy
What's happening,
Friday.
brother?
It's another Friday, man.
It's another
Been a crazy
Friday.
week.
It is. It
Crazy
is.
week. That sounds like you had a crazy week. I think I've had a crazy week.
Crazy week and
Er-
crazy day. Can't even make it on time over here.
hey, one thing to all the audience out there, like, yeah, sometimes we're gonna be late. I mean, we
Oh
all we, we,
man.
we have this is not our full-time job doing this podcast, so like things happen.
I know
Um
exactly. I'm not gonna. I mean, you know what I'm saying. Sometimes some of these clients are like, just can't get enough of us, man. So it's like we need to cut them off. Cut them off. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go.
I was
Um,
thinking in the bar, right? When you go to a bar or a restaurant and they have a happy hour, is it the
uh-huh.
what? When does the happy hour go to usually? Isn't it like from like 3 to 7, or like?
Yeah, something like that.
So
Yeah.
in theory, we could. But see, I know that REI happy hour at 5 has a good ring to it, so it sounds good. I don't know if REI happy hour at 7 or REI happy hour at 6 doesn't have the same
So you
feel.
wanna go for like all right happy hour between 5 and 5:30 type of deal.
Yeah. We should put that in like fine print underneath. Could be
Uh,
late.
oh my god! Well, thank you everyone for being patient with us, and we're finally here. 10 minutes late, but we're here. We have an amazing and a very interesting segment and episode this Friday. Like we do every single Friday, we want to get together to unwind with a drink and talk about some real estate investing, talk about the market, what was the experiences that we had during the week, any new programs that are coming out, anything that we can share with the community that we know it can make a really good impact in your business. So this is the main reason why we have REI Happy Hour. So appreciate everyone for logging in. If you are drinking something with us, please, we would love to know what you're drinking with us. This is what REI Happy Hour is about, just to unwind. And then also, if you have any questions about real estate financing, please put them in the comments, put it in the chat. We would love to answer those questions, especially with the guest we have today. That I can't wait to start to introduce her. So, but Ken, do you have anything coming up? Any events that you want to talk about, or anything specifically before we start it off?
No, actually, I really don't have anything specific. If I do, I'm forgetting about it. I don't, not on the top of my head right now.
Okay.
Hopefully, that's going to change soon with fall coming right
Yes.
around the
Good.
corner. It's usually a
It
big
gets
event,
really good.
event season, so we'll probably have a lot to share in the near
Nice.
future.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited for also the fall. I feel like it's a huge time for events. A huge time for all these type of networking events that we can actually put together, participate, be part of. So I'm excited to also be part. To see what the fall could bring us. Because man, look at that, summer's already over. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
It's like
it
a
went
couple
by
weeks.
so fast.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah,
It's unbelievable.
I'm like, I'm I'm running on fumes right now. We took our son up to JMU to college yesterday. Got home at 4 a.m.
Oh my
in the
god.
morning. Woke up at 7:30 to work. Like I'm honestly this happy hour, this REI happy hour. I'm gonna have like 2 beers, and I'm probably gonna pass out.
This ain't gonna be sleepy hour after that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. Well, I think without further ado, I think we can go ahead and start it off. I think we already killed a little bit more of the time than we did this earlier, so we can definitely start it off. And please, if you're listening in right now, share it on your Facebook, share it on your LinkedIn, share it on your Instagram, so that everyone could get on with us and again have a drink and then talk a little bit about the topics that we have today. I mean, I'm loving. Do you want to mention a little bit what we're going to be talking about today?
Yeah, I mean we're talking about how to raise capital and how investors can raise capital to help them with projects and stuff like that. So I think this is a great topic for everyone that's going to be listening and people that will listen on, later on the recording.
Absolutely, absolutely. And our special guest we have today, I met her. Is it a week ago? Yeah, it was a week ago. I feel like
You
so
move
many things
fast.
happen. Yeah, time just flies. So it wasn't last week. And it was great meeting her. I mean, seems like she has a huge impact in the real estate world. So it was Great to hear a lot about her experiences, the connection she has, and in reality, just to see everything that she's doing in the whole real estate investment movement. So, and it has something related to us, which is about uh, capital, about
Yeah.
investing in raising capital and financing. So obviously that's something we love to hear, and hopefully this could be a good connect for everyone. So without further ado, how about we invite her over? Betzy Rodas, welcome to REI Happy Hour. What's up,
Hello.
Betzy?
Hey, thank you for having me.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming on along. I know it's Betsy's like, hey, I've been here waiting for you guys, and like on her second drink already because we made it late on happy hour. So, but before we go ahead and start, bombarding you with questions and doing an interview with you, let's do what one of our favorites, Ken's favorite part of the show is. Go ahead, Ken.
For favorite part of what we're drinking, right? You know what? I'm not going to be a gentleman today. I'll just go first. So I am drinking the classic domestic champagne of beer, Miller High Life.
Wow.
You know what? You could make fun of me if you want, but Coors Banquet and Miller High Life is better than your Bud Light, your Coors Light. That tastes like water. At least this has a little bit of flavor to it. Like it actually doesn't taste like you're just drinking water that's been filtered. So I actually like it. It's one of my favorite domestic beers, that and Coors Banquet. So that's what I got to say about it. Anyone that's going to make fun of me, too bad. That's what I'm drinking. So.
All right, awesome. Betzy, go ahead. Let us know what you're drinking.
I'm just drinking a cider, hard cider. Okay. Yeah, I usually like to pair it with wings, but it was in my fridge today, so I was like, okay, happy hour.
I think I'm gonna get some wings after this.
I know, right? Sounds good right now. Absolutely.
Some hot wings. I just love it. Wings and cider.
There you go. So I'm gonna, also I didn't go crazy either. Hard seltzer, Topo Chico with a strawberry guava flavor, 2 grams of sugar. So serves me good for my diet. So yeah, why not?
Yeah. There you go. All right, cheers, everybody.
So. That's what we're drinking today. Everyone else, if you're drinking with us for REI Happy Hour, please feel free to share with us in the comments where you're listening in from, what city and state you represent, where do you invest in. So please share with us. We would love to know. But Betzy, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you're at, what do you do, and like what's your passion in real estate?
Yeah, well, I'm Betzy. I am here in Georgia. I'm a real estate investor. I actually started investing a year ago. So it's been like a year and a month now, and I just love it. I love that you can do whatever you want in real estate. There's so many avenues that you can take and that fit you, you don't have to do the wholesaling route, or you don't have to do just buy and hold. You can partner up with people, you can do multifamilies, you can do so many things, or raise capital like me. So love it.
Very nice. So your main focus is obviously investing in real estate and also raising capital.
Yes.
What made you get into that?
Well, I started first in acquisitions with some friends. She had her company, and I came in because I actually brought in a motivated seller. I can't sit on my hands so much, and I found a motivated seller, and I was like, I don't know how to close this. So I brought it to somebody else. Their team closed it, and that's actually the team that I eventually started doing acquisition for. But I loved it because I got to do the numbers. I got to learn how to underwrite properties and see if it's a good deal or not. So it was a really, really good experience. And then we all decided to buy multifamily properties together. We were just like, let's go all in. And we got this really great deal at the start of this year in January. And we were like, okay, we need capital. And that's how I started raising capital, because I was like, I just looked at my contacts and I texted everyone and I was like, I need money.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very nice. And you said a year and about a year and a half you started doing this? Wow.
It was the last week of June of 2022.
Wow. So, and you kind of started on you became an investor by just kind of getting in it and seeing how things were working, and you're like, oh wow, I could I need to take advantage of this. So then you jumped in the game. I think that's kind of like what we all did, right, Danny? In a way, like we started doing loans and all that. We saw how it works and what profits and money can be made, and how addicting it is. And it's just like boom.
I love the power of partnerships. I think that's the way to go. Definitely. I don't know it all, and I'm gonna learn if I partner up with somebody else that's more experienced.
Very nice.
Great.
Very nice. So I know we do have a few questions to ask you, just to see if, we definitely, obviously the point of this is to really motivate everyone who's listening in, is going to watch it later on, to really motivate them into, getting into investing in real estate. Even if they have an opportunity, like in your case, to raise some capital and make something out of that, right?
Yeah.
Ken, I know you had a few questions you wanted to go ahead. You want to go ahead and start off?
Yeah, I'll start. So I'll start with my first question. What are the first steps an entrepreneur should take when considering raising capital for their venture?
So the first steps, I think that even before you have any ventures, you should be really excited for what you're doing, but also creating those really good relationships everywhere you go. Just create really good relationships. Make sure they know that you're trustworthy, that you're transparent, that you're honest. Just be yourself and be honest, and start building those really, really great relationships, because your network is really your net worth.
Yep. Heard that before. Danny, how do we talk about our relationships and network like every show? I mean, is this a theme? I think we talk about that every single show. So all the people that out there that listen to our podcast, like more than once, like you should know that this comes up every time.
Yeah, I mean, push yourself to go to those networking events. I know they're like, ugh, do I have to go sit outside and talk to so many people, new people? But it's important.
Yeah,
you get phone numbers, and then you don't know how important it is to be able to call someone and they answer and help you with a problem that you have. So
absolutely,
actually, networking. I might have found my lender for one of my projects that I'm doing right now. So
there you go.
Nice.
There you go. So that's where, like, for example, last week, you actually came over to the networking event we hosted in Atlanta, and just that night, I felt like it was a very huge night of networking for a lot of the ones that were there. And I'm glad I was able to introduce some of those people to you as well. Some people actually still call me and ask for your contact information. So it's all about that. When somebody says, when somebody calls me and says to me, I don't think I can ever start in this business. Okay, why? I just don't have any money. I feel like that's a pretty big excuse, because there's so many ways that you can actually get funds and money to start in this business.
Or do real estate with no money, actually. That's actually how I got into real estate. I watched Pace Morby's videos.
That's amazing.
Like on a Tuesday, I joined the mentorship on a Thursday. The next week, I closed my first deal with that team. Like, I didn't know that it's possible to do it with no money at all. You don't need any money. And if you do need money, you can ask somebody else so they can partner up with you. And there you go. No money.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
So tell us a little bit about, like, in regards to what are the advantages of using private money, private funds, right? To be able to invest in real estate, to be able to finance, to use the different methods of financing.
Well, I learned about real estate, about creative real estate, doing deals creatively, and I've stuck to that. With private capital, you can keep doing things creatively. You don't have to pay a private money lender like traditional, like you do a hard money lender. You can just get as creative as you want. You can have on your paperwork, hey, every time I come to your hometown, you buy me a drink, or you can have like one of my partners that I'm working with right now, they're going to give a percentage of their net profit when they sell their property on their flip. That's how they're going to repay back the lender. And it's an amazing deal for anyone who really takes that opportunity and invests with them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, very nice. Yeah, and that's the way of getting creative. Again,
Yeah.
finding ways to get creative uh with your finances and to be able to make a deal happen and
Yeah,
sign that
and all you
contract.
have to do is be trustworthy, transparent, responsible, and you don't even have to have good credit
Yeah,
or get your background checked, I guess. Depending on who you talk to. Some
Yeah.
lenders do really care about your background to see you're honest,
absolutely.
but some don't. All the ones that I work with don't.
Good, good, good.
Nice. Very nice. My next question is, what factors do investors typically consider before committing capital to a project or a person looking to flip a house or whatever? I know there's the trust part, but what else? Can you dig into that a little bit deeper,
Yeah,
maybe?
for like really, really, it's about how they're gonna get their money back. So like a lender's not going to just let you lend on your project if you don't know how you're going to pay them back, or if they're going to, like, even if they see like that your profit margin is really really close, they'll be like, hey, you need to make money too. Why is that happening? Like, what's going on? You need to expand on that. So they want to be in situations where you make money and they make money. They're not going to be investing in projects where the profit's going to be really tight. We're gonna need a little, as we call it, meat on the bone. But yeah, that's the main thing. Just underwriting, knowing your numbers, and making sure that you have a good exit strategy for those funds.
How for somebody, you might be able to talk to this because you've been in and doing this for about a year and a half now, so you were a beginner at one point and it wasn't that long ago.
I still
So
feel very much
like
beginner.
for some so
Don't
for
we
somebody
all?
that's like just starting to do this and they want to try to go to that private lender, to try to do a peer-to-peer or something like that, how, I guess I don't even know what I want to say now, but how do they convince them? I know you could show like, hey, you got your ducks in a row when it comes to doing your research on the property and having all that, but I mean, it's still like, oh, here I am, an individual, I haven't done this before. Here, can you give me this money? I'll give you the profit at the end. I'll give you 10%, 50%, 20%, whatever it might be, whatever we agree to. But how do you, like, to me, that seems almost like if someone came to me and asked me, I would be like, so like, what can you kind of recommend, like how you should position it? Like, or maybe how you've done it before,
Yeah.
when you talk to them
Well, I guess you guys have
or
seen a
started
lot
that
of a
conversation.
lot of bad situations as hard money lenders, but really, it's just working together on a project. It's you have this opportunity. A lot of people don't know how to invest in real estate or how you do a deal. So I tell them like, hey, if there's different ways to get in. You can get in to learn about real estate. You can get in just to earn that capital. A lot of people get in just to get rid of the hard money lender that's in the middle, right? Because a lot of hard money lenders, especially banks, they'll get people who are already investing and reinvesting those funds. So they're trying to get rid of the middle people and just going straight to the small people, to the people who don't know really about strategies and things like that. So it's really like, hey, there's this opportunity, um, and you also talk about how you're going to protect them depending on the opportunity and the deal. You can protect them different ways so that their funds are protected, and that's really, really, really important when you're creating a deal like this, because you want to make sure that they trust you and they keep coming back and investing with you again.
Yeah, we have. It's funny because I have a private lender, sorry, here in Georgia. Um, he's one of my best that I use. Like I love going to him because he's real responsive. And he'll make it happen in 5 days, right? So, but but and I get it 100%. But I bring him a new client and he's like, okay, 65% LTV. I'm like, dang, man, come on, bro. Help me out a little bit. Like, he's like, hey, man, if they can bring 35%, I'll do it. And I'm like, the numbers are great, man. He's like, I know, but I don't know them. This is the first time this is the first time I'm gonna deal with them. And so, and I get that as a private lender, and it's funny because he's an older guy, and he goes to the properties in his bike, which is hilarious.
What?
It's so funny, dude. Every time my client calls me, he's like, is it like an old guy on a bike? I'm like, yeah, that's him. Just let him in.
Hey, don't judge a book by its cover.
Never, bro.
You know, how many times
Never.
you heard that?
And so it's amazing how the way, for example, with him, 35% on the first deal, but by like the third deal, he's asking for like 5% down. Right.
Yeah. So it's trust it. You got to earn
trust
trust.
deal. That's all it is. The whole trust deal, right? Now, for a lot of the clients I deal with, I'm glad I'm the middleman because they would not have no idea how to talk to him, right? And so if somebody is, if you have, I feel, and you can, Betsy, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but if I feel like if you know exactly what you're talking about, you're very confident. You go up to that lender, showing him the way you're going to protect him, the way you're going to get his money back, the time frame exactly that you need, with the contacts of the contractor they're going to be used, maybe even a contract on that contract with that contractor.
Yeah, you can even keep them updated on how the project's going. Like I have a lot, like most people keep them updated, sending them pictures, what's going on. And me as the middle person, I do that. I make sure I stay in contact with the borrower, like, hey, what's going on? And tell my lender the same thing because I'm the middle person. But yeah, that trust is really important. I have a lender right now that might do a deal with one of my borrowers because they know me. They ask me like, hey, do you know this person? Like, have you done stuff with them before? And I'm just like, yes. So they're putting that trust in me.
Exactly, and that just plays a huge part, I think, with any other lender, right? I mean, the good thing, it's like the give or take, I guess you want to say, with the Harmony lender, we're checking everything just to make sure we're good because we know now you're passed. With the private lender, they check very minimal, so now is they need to make sure that they'll be good on their side, they'll be good on they'll be good. Just they want to make sure that if they build that trust with you, they're like, all right, we're good to go. Later on another deal. I'm telling you, like, I did a deal with him not too long ago with one of my clients, and he said, hey, I really like this deal. And if it's with them again, tell them I'll do 100% financing. I'm like, wait, what? You sure? He's like, yeah. Let me do 100% financing. Believe me, I know them already. I'm like, beautiful, and it was a huge surprise when I told him, but
all about that relationship,
trust, absolutely, yeah. So good. That was awesome. Now let me ask you, how can investors and entrepreneurs work together so they can maximize the returns on any of these projects when you fund it through a private capital?
I think just that same thing, being transparent, being like, hey, these are the numbers, even if it's going to extend, not all projects are perfect and some of them are going to take longer. So it just keeping that communication open, because we've seen a lot of times when someone's using a private lender and they need to extend for whatever reason, they don't tell them like, hey, they don't tell them beforehand, like, hey, we're having problems. The contractor is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Like, they're not being open and honest. Most private lenders understand. They'll be like, oh, okay, like I get it. I get what's going on, because most of them are investors too. They'll be like, oh, okay, well, what can I do? Can I do something to help? Some of them will help and use their contacts. So I think it's really important just keeping that communication open, saying, hey, like, this is what's going on, because you're working together on this project, you're partners.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Nice. So how often do you see? I mean, I see it all the time online, and I've had clients that have done this or tried to do this. How often are you seeing like investors where you're looking for those capital funds on like second position? Like maybe the first private investor will do 70% or 80%. Then they want to like you said, they want to do 100%. They don't want to have to put anything down. So now they got one person agree to 80. How often do you see that second position investor come in? And what does that usually entail? Because second position is more risky, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if they were to default, it goes to first position first. So Like how does that work a little bit? If you can explain that, if you've had that and dealt with that before.
Yes, actually, most of the stuff that I do is in second position. Yeah, that's kind of all I do now. Gap funding and just making sure that there's enough meat on the bone. That's why underwriting is really important, and having those numbers clear so that you know that if anything were to happen, you have enough space to be able to pay back even the second position lien.
Yeah.
Even if it's just the initial amount. Just to make sure, because sometimes deals work, but they don't work when you get a private lender. And that's why you
absolutely
need to make sure.
Oh yeah.
Well, I always make sure my deals work with a private lender because I always want to use private capital. But yeah, just having enough meat on the bone. And then you have always the promissory note or mortgage and deed of trust.
Cool. So like, let's say somebody, because I have a few of these clients, right? They have 30, 20, 40,000 in their account, maybe 50,000 in the account. For some reason, they don't want to start, buying their own properties. How can they get motivated to maybe become a private lender?
Good question.
Well, I'd ask them, how much are you making in your bank account right now? Like one of my private money lenders, she's amazing. She's like Hispanic lady who sells gold jewelry, like that typical lady.
Good.
Yeah. She has a ton of cash.
I bet.
And she says, she's like, I don't want it sitting in my bank account. It's just wasting there. They're actually charging me fees. This is not what I want.
Oh my gosh.
So she's like, no, it's just losing. She's like, it's just losing money.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening when you have it in an account. Like you're not doing anything with it. Find someone who knows. Find someone like me or that knows what they're doing with their funds, how to underwrite. That maybe will teach you. We'll go down and say, hey, this is what the numbers look like. This is what you need to know. This is the paperwork. The verbiage is right. And I mean, for me, I go hand in hand with my lenders. So we make sure the verbiage is correct when we go through title and that their funds are protected the correct way. And yeah.
So if somebody has, let's say that those funds in their account, are you able to help them out? Like being able to set them up so that they can, potentially lend through you, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's them lending. It's not me. I'm kind of just that person that connects them and walks through with them. Like, I guess, I'm a child of immigrants. I don't know your case, but like many of you guys, you had to grow up really quickly and do everything for your parents,
Right.
Hey, I need to talk for them. I need to make sure that they're putting the paper right, the right information in the paperwork at the doctor. Like I did all that. And it's kind of the same thing with my lenders, right? So I'll just walk them through it. I'll walk them through the numbers. I'll make sure that all the paperwork goes through with title. I will walk with them and make sure that they're getting paid on the end and that they understand what's going on. And that way, that if they want to start doing their own thing, they can, but they know that they have a source with me and have people that I trust and am building relationships with so we can get more deals.
Nice.
Very nice.
That's good. Well, there you go, Ken. I know Ken has a few accounts with 40 in it, 50, $60,000. So there you go. Okay.
I'm a lender, bro. Have to talk. We're gonna have to set up we're gonna have to talk after off live stream. Maybe you can.
You have money sitting there, not making anything for you.
No, maybe you could come work for part-time for Lending Highway and get us some funds for our capital fund.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I was saying.
But you have
and there is incentives too. There are incentives for people that find money for us. So maybe we should talk to you offline.
Yeah, let's do that.
Absolutely. And I was exactly thinking about it as well.
Because we have all the team, right? We got the processors, we got we have everything. We just need to find the money. We need to find the green.
Yeah.
And
the good thing, Betzy, is that I think that it's great that you actually help out with those second liens, those down payments, those closing costs.
The gap fund.
That's something that's the gap funding. Absolutely. Yeah. And so, with Campos Capital Group, we have a branch that we talk about almost every month about. It's a lending highway in which we raise capital, but on a larger scale, we're the private lender in this part. So
Yeah.
in hand, I feel like we can actually do something really good, both of us. But
Yeah, that'd be good.
you
Like
know,
a lot of the people in our community, they don't know who to trust. So when they see a familiar face, or when they see like, hey, like this person looks like me, I can trust them. It just goes a very long way.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, absolutely, yeah. But
I mean,
I think that was a lot of information, especially for everyone that wants to get into maybe becoming a lender themselves, or getting motivated to be able to invest in real estate without with the mentality that no, I just can't. I have no money right now.
Yeah.
There's no way I can make this happen. So you gave some good points, Betsy. Appreciate
Yeah.
that.
And then also when you're investing in real estate, you're investing in a real physical asset, and you're getting returns
Yeah.
higher than you would in a normal account. So,
Yeah,
absolutely.
100% correct.
yeah.
Betsy,
Yeah.
please share with us you also have a podcast, right?
Yeah.
On Instagram, if I'm not wrong. Share with us a little bit about that so everyone
Yeah.
who's listening in.
Well, we're
should
on
definitely join
all
you.
listening stations, and then we're also on YouTube. It's at Kells and Betzy. I do it with a partner. It's KELLZ, the letter N, and then Betzy, BETZY. And you can find us there. We have a podcast called Money Mondays, and we talk all about raising capital, how we can use it for ventures, even for business.
Nice.
Very nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Was it what days or in times do you have on?
Well, Money
show?
Mondays is
Monday.
live
Monday.
at 5, just like this.
Monday at 5.
Monday at 5 p.m.
Nice.
Eastern. Yes.
Is it a happy hour? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, it's Money Mondays. We talk about money.
Right.
Money Mondays. I like that. Money
It's a-
Mondays.
Money
I like
Mondays.
that.
Nice. I love it.
That's a lot of.
So everyone who's listening in, please make sure to give a lot of support to Betsy.
We have
Kells,
a
right?
tax person coming in next Monday, so
Oh, nice.
it's super cool because she's gonna be there answering questions and for free, So we got the little
Absolutely.
thing that we can give to our audience. So
Absolutely. That's and is it in English or Spanish?
it's in English.
It's in English. Okay, great.
Nice.
So everyone who's listening in, make sure to join next Monday at 5:00 for Money Mondays with Kells and Betsy. And Betsy, we appreciate so much you joining us on this.
Yeah, thank you so
Happy
much.
Hour. Good information for sure.
And we are going to talk off script. We'll set up a time next week. See if there's something we can partner with here.
Let's do it.
Awesome, good stuff. Well, thank everyone that's listening in. Again, if you're listening in later on during the week, thank you for joining every Friday, REI Happy Hour. Have a little drink, unwind, and just talk some real estate. So we'll see you until next Friday. Have a good week, everybody.
All right,
Adios.
bye, everybody. See ya.
See ya.